Now, coming to the cascading order, what is meant by cascading? Cascading is nothing but the feature that we have seen just now, means combination of internal styles, external styles together. So which one to be picking? It's a confusion topic, right? Confusion concept, right? So to overcome this, we have the ordering of this cascading styles and we name it as cascading style sheets. What style will be used when there are more than one style specified for an HTML element? This is a major question that we have seen in the previous slides. Yes. So we got to know clearly that more recently, whatever feature has been passed, that will be applicable onto it. Okay. In the previous example, when I use the external file first and then the internal file, it was using the features of the internal because that is the current feature that is accepting by the page. In the second example, when I have given the features of the internal styles first, followed by the external, then it is currently making use of the external. It is in the active state. So that is nothing but the cascading order. So all the styles in the web page will cascade into a new virtual style sheet by following these rules. So we need to have these rules and its priorities. You should remember. Inline styles will be having the major and the highest priorities, followed by the external and the internal styles, which are in the head section. Okay, and browsers are by default. So this is going to be having the highest priority. What is it? That is the inline styles. Okay, and it is going to override both the external and the internal styles and the browser defaults. That is the reason when I was using internal and external combination together, most currently available styles it was considering, right? So in the cascading order also, you should remember the priority is highly given to the inline styles when compared to the external and the internal styles. So now, so far you have understood the types of the CSS, external CSS, internal, inline and all. Cascading ordering also you got to know the priority of it, which is having the highest priority, inline is having the highest priority and so on. Now, how can we give the comments? You remembered we give the comments in the HTML by using this form of representation, yes? And whatever you write here, it will be ignored, right? Between these tags, sorry. Likewise, how can we give the comments in your CSS? So CSS comments will start with slash and asterisk and ends with a asterisk and slash. Slash asterisk followed by certain comments that you're adding, and it will not be executed by the page. The browser will ignore all the comments. It's not going to add all of the comments into it. It is just for the information purpose for the user. So those are the comments that we can add on to the page, and it's going to ignore. Comments are ignored by the browsers, and CSS comments can also be given inside the styles only. Yeah, I covered this concept. We will use the comments of the HTML by using this format, and the CSS comments will be slash and asterisk followed by the respective comments you want to get and ending with a asterisk and slash. Okay. So here is an example where you can see the comments of it. We are giving the comments in the style. Okay, CSS comments will be basically inside the style. It will be inside the style and it follows the process of slash and asterisk followed by the instructions. These are purely ignored by the browser, and the HTML comments, we can give it any section of the HTML document, and it will be in between angular bracket followed by exclamation mark followed by hyphens, then respective details what you want to write ending with the hyphens and closing angular bracket. So this is the representation of the comments that we use in both CSS and as well as the HTML. Now let us understand and learn few of the advantages of the CSS. Okay, Managing the appearance and the layout of the HTML page is being taken care by the CSS. It's a key point and a technique for developing the web applications or the websites. So CSS enables web designers to apply styles to the HTML pages or various components of it, which will majorly applicable upon the visual effects, we can say, or the stylings of it, which includes the color, font, spacing, and various arrangements of the uh, tags that we are going to use. So it's the ability to distinguish between the web application, web appearance, and the content of it is majorly following the consistency. Consistency in the sense one style code may be applicable on several pages. If you're styling certain tags, okay, that tag will be applicable on many of the pages that it can include into it. So consistency is one of the advantage which gives you your website a unified look, okay, and feel. Flexibility. Without changing the underlying HTML structure, CSS enables you to give quick modification to the web page, which can be changing the styles of it in a single CSS file. It's flexible in nature if at all. Suppose you are working on a website, okay, you are working as a web developer, and suppose your boss has given you an order to change the view or the look of the website by removing all the bright colors and give very soul colors. So that time you need not worry and go and sit and give to each and every page different color, different settings. Only one simple task you will be doing, that is, yes, on a single CSS file, you will be making the changes, and those changes will be effective for the whole website, we can say. And that shows the flexibility of the CSS. Efficiency. How does it efficient? Because repetitive code and bigger codes need not be written again and again. And it's very quick to load onto the web page as well. It's very effective and informative. Accessibility. How is it accessible? CSS provides better assistance for building the web pages that are very simple to use and understand for uh, who have the disabilities. So with the color effects and the variations, also we can make the accessibility of the web page. Those who are having the disabilities, for them also it's going to play a major role. And these are the advantages of it. And coming to the faster speed, page speed, so you can see that slower page performance results from more code, okay, but CSS, it will make it very simple and more effective with less code, and it can be applied onto the whole and soul HTML document. Better user experience. When the users are using it, they are getting the facilitation of a pleasant look, and the contact of the eye is able to make very effectively, very pleasantly, uh, without any interventions to the eyesight and the looks, okay. So that is the experience of the user, whoever is using it. So these are the advantages. And quicker development with respect to time, it's going to consume less amount of time because it's working upon the layout of the pages, appearance, and look and feel that you give to the web page, right? Easy formatting changes. I told you just now, if at all your boss has given you some instructions to change the coloring and styling of the web page, you need not worry. It's very simple to change. That's just to change your CSS file. That simple one file will be making the effect of the whole and soul appearance of your website. So it is very simple to use it. Compatibility across the devices. Yes. So it's compatible upon all the devices, more user-friendly in nature in the modern world. So the combination of the CSS and the HTML work together will provide responsive design on all the devices, including your smartphones, tablets, desktops, and the smart TVs and all. So it is applicable on all sorts of devices and compatible across all the devices. So those were the advantages of your CSS. Hope you got the clarity about it. And it is going to be one of the important concept exam point of view. And even if you are working in this area of web development, it's going to play a major role. Now, let us see what is CSS text. How can we format the text by using the CSS? How are we going to apply? Majorly, text formatting can be in the form of font family. You can assign any of the font name here, like for example, Arial. Okay. You can apply the font color, some red or blue, any of the colors you can get. Rather than giving the color names, you can even use the hex values. That is the combination of 0 to 9 numbers, including the alphabets from A to F. Okay. RGB values can also be applicable. That will be ranging in the range of 0 to 255, right? So all the color variations that you want to apply onto the text as a property, you can apply it in these variations with respect to font name, hex value, RGB value. By default, all of them are acceptable and they can be included in the selector part of it, selector and description part of it. Here is an example you can see. Yes. So in this style, we have included which type of CSS here? This is our internal CSS. Okay. And we are applying the style on the body of the HTML page. The color we want to give as blue, and upon the H1 tag, we want to give the color as green. So what you see here, this is the heading in H1 and the color of it goes in green. So you can see the color of it going in green color. Body. So whatever the tag is given in the body section of the HTML, this paragraph, it needs to be set into the color of blue. Okay. So whatever the text is going inside the body part of it, so that is going into the blue color, and that's how we are setting the CSS internal. Okay. Internal CSS, this is which we are including inside the head section of the file. So hope it is clear. This is called as a CSS text. We are formatting the text with respect to CSS. Now coming to the text and the background color. Whenever background comes, you need to remember that we are using the background. Okay, over there. And whatever the color you want to use it, you can use it. If not, any image you want to use, a background image can also be used. Okay. So these are the, it can be defined both upon the background color and the color property. It is applicable upon both of them. So these are the examples how we can apply the background color and how we can apply simply color upon the body of the HTML page, paragraph tag, H1 tag, H4 tag, or even the div section. Now coming to the alignment. So these are the various alignments of the text. Text can be aligned in so many directions. Okay, vertical direction, horizontal, if not last, text align last. So all these are the various properties or the directions we can say that we are applying onto the CSS. So in the alignment, majorly we will be having either the left, right, centered or justified alignments. Yes or no? So basically or by default, we align the text horizontally. If at all vertical alignment is needed, that we will see in the end of the unit 2, that you will be discussing about it. But now majorly, whenever alignment comes, we talk about either the left alignment, right alignment, centered one, or the justified one. So these are the commonly used alignments for the text. So here in the example, you can see center alignment and left and right alignments of the text. Okay, I'll show you in the. So in this example, what you see, the H1 tag, we are aligning it to be centered one. H2 tag, we are aligning towards the left hand side, and H3, we are aligning it towards the right hand side. Basic and all over, we will be using these alignments only. So you see, for each one of the tag, you can use differently. That is also applicable. Now, how to change the style attributes dynamically? So dynamic changes, whenever applicable, it comes with respect to your JavaScript. Okay, dynamic changes will be applicable with the help of the JavaScript only. So this approach uses the element inside the style property, like your selector and the declaration is there. There we will be applying the styling property of it, and then we will be selecting certain element where we need to apply the styles and its property, and certainly we will be applying the styling to the attributes as well, and set the properties either by using the bracket notation or the dash notation. So these are the dynamic approach where we can apply the CSS, okay, styling the attributes dynamically. One of the example that we have considered here is that changes the color and the background of the heading element. I will be executing the example of it. You will be seeing the difference of it at the runtime. Just watch the execution of it. Now, so far you have seen the execution of the one of the example of how we have affected the color and the background dynamically. Likewise, the color and the background property, width property, width wise how we are going to affect it. This is also another example that you will see the execution in a short while. Understand it there. You will get the clarity with the view when the program is getting executed.